welcome to episode 106 of Legendary Recaps, Bad Moon Rising, where our party travels to Midheim to find the destined blacksmith, whether she knows it or not. Along the way, they join a caravan headed to a town called Black Hollow. When they arrive, the forest is quiet, eerily so. Deciding to approach the gate, they are confronted by the large visage of an orc.
So, as you look up, this tall, green-skinned orc standing about 7 feet, medium-length black hair falls just above his amber eyes. Handsome grin showcases 2.5 inches of symmetrical tusk. His hands grip a large bardash resting on his shoulder, and his rugged traveler's clothing underneath plate mail armor. On his back is a large sword sitting in its sheath.
It's very sudden. Just boom, he's just right there in your face.
Be quiet. What are you doing here?
Zombies and skeletons begin rising from the moat around the town and fighting and slaying caravan guards as Trin sees a terrible sight before him.
By the top of her coat, like her brigandine's being pulled forward, and you just turn and slice down, taking off the 2 arms of the skeleton, and she's just kind of like, thank you, and she turns to run, and then catches a massive weapon to the top of the head, which breaks her skull and head in between her shoulders, comes down, and her body, with a sickening thud, hits the ground, followed behind, landing is a massive wolf-like creature standing at least 8 feet tall. Nice. And the guttural growl as it lands on the opposite side of the shore, and it pulls up with both hands, black, and pulls over its arm this massive morning star. And it looks at everybody, and then its eyes analyzing every bit of what's happening on the field of battle, and just kind of drops down to like a hunting pose, with crouching with one hand on the ground and the other on this weapon still, and begins to slowly creep towards all of you. So as you
After pushing back the wave of undead, they move into town and get ready to rest for the night. When they hear noises from outside the tavern, they go and investigate.
And they're like bashing on it, throwing themselves at it, trying to break it down. And most of the streets and tight alleyways have been filled with like skeletal and undead, like zombie bodies, as they're kind of slowly, like aside from the main street, they're crushing their way in, and you can hear other people, other guards in the town, the people who could fight, are out fighting and trying to defend it. But the inn is the only place at this point that's like defensible whatsoever. And you have your backs to the inn, and you hear the wolf like up above kind of clamber over the top of the roof. You can hear it sniffing and snarling as you look up at it, and it pulls out the weapon and like howls and like points the weapon down at you, and all the skeletons just look right at you all and start coming forward.
With some quick thinking from Trin, he links his mind to the great Uber wolf, controlling the undead, and gets it to stop. He then tries to communicate and talk with it, only to be interrupted as Ulthion steps up to stop this invasion once and for all.
Even if you do not know what it's like?
Alright, I waited long enough.
Dark magic commands.
I'm killing it.
No, he's under the command of dark magics!
Exactly. Alright, do you want me to roll for this?
No, you don't gotta roll for it.
Okay, yeah. I'm taking this head off.
As I like called out, it's like, no, we can save him!
Alright, yeah. Its head comes right off. What? Thud and rolls on the balcony.
Curse cured. I turn around and look inside.
I start mopping up.
So your telepathic link is broken.
Do these 2 like skeletons that I'm looking at start moving again?
Until next Friday.
And that's your Legendary Action Recap. As always, thank you for stopping by and supporting our wonderful production. Catch our live streams Fridays at 7:30 PST to see a bunch of unapologetic nerds play the world's greatest role-playing game on Twitch at Legendary Action Official. Thank you, and have a magnificent evening.